Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Keezy Gamer. I'm in franchise mode for Madden 20. I just wanted to do an overview of it, probably like I guess you would call it in-depth review of the mode, and just how still it's gotten. This really hasn't changed for about 4 to 5 years. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've done any great improvements to franchise mode. So let's just talk about it and see where we go from here. So first thing I want to do is just talk about the overlay. I do like the background where it has the head coach or doesn't have the owner or player, but it's cool. I mean, it's flashy. I I think it's fine. I wish you could do some more like owner, like I'm in owner mode right now, and it's just showing my head coach. It's not showing the owner. You used to be able to create your own owner, and they took that away. I hope they bring that back in 21, but I'm I'm not positive they will. So I guess we're stuck with this. So this is the things to do. The first section, and look at this setup. It's kind of like Microsoft setup. So the things to do list, it just gives you a list of things to do. Your team training, which is where you train your players, which I've already done, and you can do free practice here. Um, you play the preseason game where you can advance a week. So in this section, this is the team. Excuse me. This is all about just stuff for the team. Uh, you can adjust your lineup. And you have your Superstar X Factor stuff, the scheme fit. This is I don't know what to call this, because, if I want to change somebody, I have to do all this. If I want to change him in the order, I really just wish this was depth chart, and you could just do a better job at switching players out. Let's see, I want to do Batonio, put him in the back. Now Forbes. It's not working. Come on. Okay, so I went, and that doesn't even look like Joe Batonio. All right, well, you see where I'm having issues, and now now this is freezing on me. Oh man, oh, this is freezing. There we go. There we go. All right, so you saw that work. So here's my team. You got the roster. And the roster's fine. I don't mind it. It's just there's a lot of stuff you have to get to. You have to search for stuff. So you go to my team, roster depth chart, injuries, salaries, acquisitions, player regression. I believe that you could fit this, adjust lineup, improve team. That could all go under like just my team. And then how about you have like my coach as a separate tab, like next to league or options. Have my owner as another tab too. Like these two tabs, there should be an individual tab for this with more options and features. Like improve team, improve team, my team, and adjust lineup. They could just be in this section and it could be streamlined. Like you just have my team and then you would just have options. So these options would be out of this section right here. It'd just be out and be easier to get to. And then just have my owner and coach in other sections too. And get rid of this adjusted lineup. I'm going back to it. Hopefully it won't freeze. But just get rid of this thing. This is ridiculous. Like you can just set your team up already. I don't have to look at that. My league, well, the league part of it, it's also just a lot of stuff hidden. Like preseason schedule and preseason stats could just be one section again. It can be another tab. Because look, this is it. Preseason standings. That's it. Preseason schedule. Team schedule, league schedule. Like you just go through too many windows just to find stuff. Let's look at the league section because the news is just jumbled. First of all, when you go through this, and if you're playing franchise for an extended period of years, like I'm probably in year 7 of a franchise right now, and this stuff is talking about things that happened the prior season, and it should be talking about my current season. So this just stuff like this doesn't mean much. Like, okay, this is great. These are just news clippings or just Twitter feeds. It's just a big old Twitter feed. Um, it'd be nice to click on something. Like, could I click on like Monster the Midway, X Factor Khalil Mack leads the resurgent Bears defense in the crowded NFC North? Why can't I click on that and look at his stats or just look at uh, his his abilities? Like this just doesn't mean anything. This doesn't give me anything to be excited for. And I think as a franchiser, you want to be excited with your team. You want to be included. You want things to be included about your team. You want it to have a story, and it's just clippings. And in my stories, it's not. It's just the same thing from top stories. Now I do like. Well, we're not in the regular season. They also have drafted stories, which you can draft players too. And stats. I really feel stats can be another section too. There's so much stuff you can do. Like transactions should go back with my team and improved team. They should be all together in this, I guess, in one tab. But stats. Now here you have just the stats and the awards and the records. Coaching settings or coaching stats, career stats. Like these should be together, and then team stats. Like this could all be in other sections. It just make it more easier for us to look for. Um, let's go to player stats for 1 second. So let's go to Baker. Talking about his development. So I do like this. I like the interface. I like how the player looks. Um, I like the setup. I do like this setup a lot. It shows his abilities, progression history, ratings. The ratings can be a little bit more in depth, but I like this. Um, yeah, these are fine. You can edit. But let's go to the stats. So the stats I think could be set up better. You have his passing. You know, these are all fine. But I'll go career. So here are the career stats. Now, what's missing in career stats is a section where it says the team he plays for. We already know it's the Browns, but it should be there somewhere because what if I trade him? Let's say I trade him to the Cowboys. He comes to Cowboys, a quarterback, like let's say 2020. So his 2020 stats should say he's a Cowboy, and what his stats are. That should be there. It's not there. Season stats, contract. I think the contract breakdown and this stuff could be fleshed out so I get a better understanding. Like 2K does a great job of this with your contract. And awards, the awards section should be a little bit better. It just tells you like what year. It doesn't tell you what team you won it on. I mean, it's just like thrown out there. It's like blah. And there's traits. You know, I didn't notice this. I've never really hit the traits. That's weird. All right. So yeah, it could be just more inclusive. And just better set up. Legacy leaders, I think, should be a separate tab as well. And the stats, player stats, like I said, should be together. NFL records. The NFL records are fine. Well, except for this, like, if I want to do rushing yards and Jim Brown, rushing TDs in a game, Jim Brown. Then I want to go see rushing yards in the season. He goes right back to passing yards. Why can't it just stay on rushing yards for the season? I have to do all this. It's just too tedious to get to things in this franchise. Career. So this isn't bad. But they can make it more user friendly. I don't think this is user friendly at all. The coaches. This is cool. I wish you could edit the coach here or something. Because some of these coaches are created. Like, where is the New England coach? He's always created. There he is, like him. That's not Bill Belichick. That's some weird guy. Yeah, it'd be nice to edit him. So, just more flexibility from the franchise overall would be nice. Now let's go to options saying these are fine. But yeah, everything else, I just wish it was divided up more and it was just a user-friendly interface. It's not really user-friendly. Now let's go check out the player creation. Now I'm gonna find some Buster player. Alright, David Blah. Alright, I'm gonna edit him. So we go to the create a player or the edit player. Now this is fine. His appearance. Now down here, you used to be able to adjust the body. Like, is he muscular? Is he, skinny? He's got big thighs, small thighs, whatever. So you can change the face, or the skin tone. So these 7 skin tones have been in the game for about 6-7 years, and they're the exact same. So I'm gonna change skin tone 1, and here's the faces. These are the same 6 faces for white dudes for the game. This is trash, man. I don't even know any white dudes who look like this. Like, come on, this is trash. This is trash. Like, hold on, let me look at these. I don't even think these dudes are just hit. They're hit. Oh my god. Let's look at the other white faces. This is bad too. Look at this dude. Oh my god. This, like, what do you say? What do you say to this? This is a multi-million-dollar franchise. Hundreds of millions of dollars they make. And you can't come up with better looking models? Let's look at this dude. Yeah, well, I can't see him. Oh, and you know what would be nice? Can you take the helmet off so I can see the whole head? Like, what? That's crazy. Let's go back to the skin tone. So that's it for white guys. If you're a white dude, you were only making these 2. So let's get to the mixed brothers and the Latinos. This is it for mixed dudes or Latinos. And what's with the hair? These are some ugly models. I mean, they're hit. Well, that dude, hold on, that dude looks like Kaepernick a little bit. Yep. Alright, here's the next mixed dudes. So, these are a little bit better. I use this, and him for my light-skinned dudes when I'm creating them. But this is it. 8 faces. 8 faces, man. What? Now here go the Brown. There's the Brown brothers. At least they got 15. Look at these faces too. Like when you're playing longer in your franchise, you have freaking dudes to look all like this, the same, just the same type. Go to brown skin brothers. Oops. Yep. Six years, man. 6 years. Here's the dark skinned brothers. And most of these faces start to look the same, don't they? They just look the same. This is a problem. Yeah. So the equipment's fine. I wish we could create shoes, but the equipment's fine. I wish I had more styles. There were more styles in last year's game for QBs. Ratings, I like the way, in fact, you can edit the rating. Player traits, I like you can edit that. And you got the contract. Alright, so that's my first part of this. I'm going to talk about Creative Player and how I wish that was in just regular Create for franchise. Hey, before we go to Creative Player, I just wanted to go over the owners section of the game. When you're the owner, I don't feel like I have much of an impact on my team. Like, you just get asked random crap questions during the season, and how you answer determines stuff that happens for your franchise. But I mean, I don't feel it. Like, one thing that pisses me off about this game is that if you're an NFL owner, you're not going to be losing money. But in this game, you're constantly losing funds because you don't make enough money, which is crazy. I don't understand it. I should have a hell of a lot of money, and I constantly lose money because if I'm on a 4-game road trip, like that's what, probably 8 million a game I'm missing out. Let me show you. All right, with finances. So yeah, I mean, we haven't made any money yet, but tickets, I would usually get 6 to 7 million, depending on how I set this up. Merchandise, I don't know, maybe 1 million, maybe. Concessions, you're in the hundreds of thousands, and then team revenue. I don't know. You don't get any team revenue. Like in the NFL, the teams share revenue. They each get a portion of the pie. So I'm assuming whatever all the teams make, you would also get some money. But no, that's constantly in the red for me. And even, oops. So even when you need to make changes and upgrade your stadium, like the cost is so high, you don't make enough. See, I'm almost at 30 million now doing all these upgrades, and I'm at 10 million just to upgrade this old stadium. I should rebuild it, but I'll do it later. So yeah, so you have owner goals. This is alright. Media questions, and those don't mean anything. Your team value, that goes pretty well. Finances, what you're spending. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. I already showed you this. Sorry, I've been yawning. It's been a long day. I'm so sorry. Marketing. This is so random too. I mean, your team popularity, media relations. Those are your media statements after you answer the questions too. Fan happiness, staff, team success. I mean, these don't do much. They don't. I don't feel any weight or heavy pressure or like I'm really do something with my franchise. I just feel like, all right, all right. So I'm gonna head over to the creative player mode. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm at the creative player face of the franchise, and look at the difference, huh? Looks like EA has a competent, basic creative player editor, huh? Look at this. If you just saw my other part of the video with the just lame excuses for skin tones and faces compared to this, it's still it's still ugly, but at least you can create something of yourself instead of just preset crap heads. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over this real quick before I end the video, but I just want to show you this and just see how creative you can actually get. Yeah, I'm gonna get all crazy with this Antonio Brown style. Let me do his eyebrows. So yeah, this is what you can do with an acceptable creative player. So you can do eye separation tilt. I mean, everything I've asked for as far as creative player. And I wish this is in franchise mode where you can just create your different players and to get drafted. I mean, you do this in NBA 2K, you do this in MLB The Show. Like, this isn't rocket science here. It's basically, it's standard features. Standard features. So, yeah, that's about it. Thanks for checking out the video. I mean, I don't have much else to say about it. I mean, compared to everything else, it's basically the same. So thanks for checking the video out, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Keys a Gamer out.